Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
That was last night because things got a little spicy in the fourth quarter. So Trae Young, guys, he declared it's over when the Hawks took a 6-point lead with about a minute left to play.
Great
so
pass.
look at him. Over. The game, however, should we do like the narrator voice?
It was not
narrator. It was not over. The Heat outscored the Hawks 24-4 the rest of the way in an overtime win. After the game, Trae Young tweeted, "Welp," with some emojis there. Jimmy Butler chimed in on Instagram, quote, "This man, Trae Young, is a teller of the future. He was right. Game was over." Scottie, do you think Trae regrets the trash talk here?
Yes, for sure. Especially the way late. You really can't talk trash till the time is expired on the clock because anything could happen, as we've seen in the NBA.
Number one, on the Heat's court, always be careful saying that a game is over.
Absolutely, game 6.
Certain ring of
Yes.
security guards. They didn't have that last night. Also, the Heat are terrific at home. They're undefeated at home.
Yep.
And they are a kick-butt overtime team this year. They beat Milwaukee in overtime. They beat Toronto in overtime. And then this is a great win. You know, I can understand where Trae Young's coming from. Atlanta's had a rough season. They've played better over the last 7 to 10 days or so. And this would have been a signature win for them to beat the first team. But
you gotta actually get
careful
to the.
But you can see the difference when teams have Jimmy Butler on a team. I think it's just his work ethic. It roll off on everyone around him, and it make his team better. And that's why Miami is one of the top teams in the East.
And
Careful.
game to have the win. He's a young player. This kind of stuff, I mean,
I don't want to discourage him from doing stuff like that.
Right,
I
no,
want
I
to
know.
keep seeing it.
It does happen. You mentioned how good they are in overtime. I have to think that's at least in part due to the conditioning down in Miami. They make such a big deal about their players being in shape. What else do you like about this Heat team this year, Scottie?
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy's been on a big tour the last few years. He played in Chicago, he's played in Minnesota, but you've seen one thing out of Jimmy Butler, and that's he's a competitor. He's going to compete night in and night out. And the thing that I love about Jimmy is he lifts his teammates up. Every guy.
Told you, he lifts them up. His work ethic it changed the team when he walk in the building because he that leader, he that passionate about winning. And when the guys see you is that passion, they follow with you. And that's why this team having success right now.
Every teammate that he's had, even though he's been to 2-3 different teams, they all love him. So he has something.
I wouldn't say they all love him in Minnesota, but they do love him in Philadelphia. You're absolutely
They didn't
right.
like winning in Minnesota. That's why they didn't love him. They wanted individual stats. Jimmy Butler's a winner.
He is a winner. You know, he's so valuable in close games.
Yes.
The Heat have played a lot of close games over the years. A lot of nights they haven't had the talent. They've sort of come together and put themselves together. Now they have a talent edge at the end of games, and you can see already it makes a difference. These close games, these over.
And that's the main problem Minnesota having. Steady worrying about your stats. Worry about having your team successful. Worry about having them winning games. Worry about trying to make the playoffs, not just your team. That's your own stats. They don't like the work habit that Jimmy brung in there. Everyone want to be individual, like, look at my numbers. And steady worrying about, let's go here and try to make the playoffs and try to make a run as soon as we get in there. That's why it just seemed like they ain't see eye to eye. So Jimmy wanted to get out of there because he seen they is not worrying about winning. They just worrying about their sales. They ain't worrying about trying to be successful. They just worrying about how many numbers they can put up tonight.
Time games, he's making a difference. He hasn't done it every game, but just his presence has really helped them. And look at them right now; they're without question one of the biggest success stories in the league.
It's so interesting to me when you talk about the teammates, Scottie, because in the places where it hasn't gone well, like Minnesota, there's been the label of he's selfish. And there was some of that in Chicago also. On the court, though, he's one of the least selfish players we have at the star level in the league. His assist throw is up. He doesn't have to be the centered piece of any offense that he's in. He's really encouraged a lot of those young players in Miami, and we saw it in Philadelphia too, to be themselves. But then, as you say, when it comes time to close, he is able to step up in those close games and get it done. And that is the thing that, frankly, we see big, talented players in this league still not be able to.
And that's what the 76ers miss right there. When the game's close, you can look at Jimmy Buckets to close the game out. They missed that. Now, Philly's still a top team in the East, but they miss having a closer. Miami have a closer. So that when the game's closed, they know they have a guy that can close the game for them.
It is so valuable.
He thrives in conflict, both in the locker room and on the court.
Speaking to a closer over here, we have one ourselves. You, Michael, like when you guys you knew that in a close game you guys could get it done. And that's what they have in Jimmy right now.
That's what they do, and you got to give a credit to the whole Miami Heat organization because the way their players play, they play hard. They give themselves a chance to win every game, and they're in those situations. And having a guy like Jimmy Butler there, a guy that's a closer, give them superior confidence, especially down the stretch of games.
We will see a lot of the Heat this week, so more on that. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download